Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Being the Odds. It is Monday, February 3rd, 2025, and we are back with our best bets of the day. If you're new to the channel, my name is Zach, and welcome to Being the Odds. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and the notification bell so you never miss a pick. Post these best bet videos every single day. We're after 15,000 subscribers, so I'm excited to have y'all here. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. So to recap yesterday's results, we made some serious money yesterday as a squad. Went 4-0. 4-0 on the video yesterday. West Virginia plus 5.5. Cincy, easy dub, never a bet doubt. TCU looked shaky early, but we got the dub. I think it was like 9 or 10 point dub, which is what we said was gonna happen yesterday. Grizzlies plus 3, huge fourth quarter got us there. And we did over 5.5. Columbus and Dallas, easy dub, never much of a doubt. 4-0 sweep. And we're going to go for another 4-0 sweep today because we got 4 picks for you guys here on the channel. Let's jump into our first play. I'm going to start with college basketball, which is going to be Kansas minus 2.5 versus Kansas minus 2.5 versus Iowa State today. I like Kansas here specifically because of the spot. Kansas had probably one of the most gut-wrenching losses you could possibly have on the road versus Baylor on Saturday. We, by the way, had Baylor in that game. Just saying. Dumb, by the way. I think Kansas bounced back. They come home, and I think they match up pretty well with Iowa State. Plus, defensively, Kansas is one of the best teams in the entire country. Baylor really kind of blew that open on Saturday, but if you look at like the totality of the season, Kansas defense has been one of the best in the entire country. Now, Iowa State is coming off an outright, they were a 15.5 point favorite versus Kansas State, and Kansas State won outright. Now, here's the thing. Iowa State is in a spot very similar to Kansas with a disappointing loss. However, Kansas is going home. Iowa State's got to go to Kansas. And in college basketball, where you play matters a shit ton. It's like college football. Like the home court or home field advantage is so much more obvious and present in college than it is in the NFL or NBA. And I think that that's going to play a major part here today. Hunter Dickinson should be able to have his way. I like Kansas here minus 2.5 versus Iowa State. Plus the public today is big time on Iowa State. I'm going to go against the public and go with Kansas here. So we're going Kansas here minus 2.5. Next, I'm going with the Rockets plus 6 versus the Knicks. The Rockets, so the Knicks, it's funny because, Kansas, we just said, hey, they came off a bad loss. They're going to bounce back. The Knicks came off a bad loss on national TV against the Lakers, and then this is their first game since that point. And you could make a point that, like, the Lakers brass, that's just LeBron, by the way, because he runs that whole fucking team, knew what was coming with Luka coming. However, when you're really looking at this, I just think that Houston and New York are basically mirror images of each other. Ime Udoka is probably the best defensive coach in all the NBA, and Tibbs is, right there, number 2, like number 2 or number 3. Houston can guard every position 1 through 5. And I think Alperen Sengun is going to have a huge matchup advantage over Cat, which is a really big deal. And if Houston can shoot, which they mostly can this season, they should be able to win this game outright. And I'm going to take the plus 6. I would bet it at 5.5. That number's been jumping between 5 and 6 for the last 24 hours or so. I got it at plus 6 on FanDuel this morning. But I like Houston here, plus 6. I think they can keep this game to a 2-possession game. Next, I'm going with the under 221.5 Sacramento, Minnesota. Sacramento just traded De'Aaron Fox. Not entirely sure why they did that, especially if they wanted to compete. And Sacramento now, after that trade, looks ridiculous. It looks like, honestly, a worse version of the Suns. The Kings are on a worse version of the Suns from last year, where they don't have a true point guard. You have Levine and DeRozan who are going to be the backcourt, which sounds good, but neither of them are true point guards, get the actual possessions going. And when you look around the rest of their team, it's a bunch of 3-and-D guys. De'Aaron Fox was this team, and DeMar DeRozan was a good pickup. Also, it's really funny that Levine and DeRozan now have just moved to Sacramento. They were in Chicago last year. Now they're going to be in Sacramento now. But this team doesn't make sense roster construction wise. Maybe the Kings keep making some moves, but I'm not really sure. Also, if you saw Dallas after trading Luka, they got absolutely, curb stomped. Curb stomped by the Cavs. That same thing could happen today, but I'm not going to bet on it. But I do think that Sacramento is not going to score nearly as many points without De'Aaron Fox. Minnesota is already a team that's really good defensively and is very, very streaky offensively, where it could go really well, but it could go really poorly. Today, right now, the public is hammering the over for some reason in this game, which doesn't make 80% of the bets right now are on the over 221.5. I think this is an obvious under game, given the fact that they had a major trade happen with the Kings, and the T-Wolves aren't exactly an offensive juggernaut. So I'm going to roll the under here and go against the public. And then I'm going with the over 5.5 Nashville and Ottawa. Nashville's been a sneaky over team for the past month, and Ottawa can score some goals, and the public's on the under. So I'm going over in this game. Now, guys, I might add some more plays, specifically in the NBA. I have a little more. I did a lot of research. I was doing a lot of research yesterday and just took some time with my fiance and stuff like that. But if I do, I'll post it on my Twitter. I'll post it on the pinned comment below as well. But guys, go lock in those picks. Let's go win together today. Let's go make some money. I'll see you all tomorrow.